Candidates in the race for Arizona's 3rd Congressional District also debated this week. Democratic incumbent Raul Grijalva and Republican challenger Nicholas Pearson. Before we get into what the two had to say, we'll take a closer look at the district they aim to represent. It's Arizona's second largest congressional district, covering all of Santa Cruz County and portions of Pima, Pinal, Maricopa, and Yuma counties. Our tour begins in the Tucson metro area, where we got insight about its economy. Think business in Tucson, and major employers like Raytheon and the University of Arizona come to mind. But there's more to the picture.
We certainly are dominated by small businesses.
Amber Smith serves as president and CEO of the Tucson Metro Chamber of Commerce. It represents more than 1,500 businesses and advocates for pro-business initiatives at all levels of government.
With that mix of a dominance of small businesses intermingled with some of our corporate partners, it creates a really diverse perspective.
With an estimated population of over 1 million, Pima County has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the state at 4.8%. But recovery from the recession has happened at a slower pace compared to Maricopa County and other cities of similar size.
But at the same time, we have been progressive and consistent in our growth and recovery, which also means whenever there are crashes, we also don't fall as far as some of those other communities.
Smith credits recent development projects like the downtown streetcar for helping jumpstart growth in the area.
We have had $1 billion of both public and private sector investment right here in our downtown. So we are on such a strong trajectory of companies coming in and making Tucson their home.
Smith says maintaining this momentum hinges on continuous upgrades to the area's infrastructure.
Our roadways are absolutely in dire need. We've had national site selectors come out and look at our community because we have some fantastic assets to sell that are really appealing to businesses. However, they identified our roads as being a problem that has got to be addressed.
She sees it as a problem local, state, and federal government can solve collaboratively with more funding. Other issues that have the Chamber's attention: ongoing trade and tariff disputes, and access to a quality education.
Some of our school districts, state and national averages are not competitive, and those employers that are coming in making those high wages want to make sure that their children are going to good schools. So the fact that we have school choice in Arizona, while is controversial from the standpoint of things that companies like to see when they enter our market, that school choice and ability to put your child in a charter school or a private school is really appealing.
For our next stop, we kept the focus on education and how a sluggish economy can challenge the system.
I believe that the economy might be well in other parts of the country, but not here.
Santa Cruz County has one of the highest unemployment rates in the state at nearly 12%. According to census data, between 2010 and last year, the population decreased by nearly 4%. Superintendent Fernando Parra says economic woes are to blame for enrollment drops in the Nogales Unified School District.
Growing up in Nogales, being in this community, it used to be where families were moving here. Well, now we're seeing that families are not just moving out of the state, they're moving back to Mexico. Many are moving to Tucson or Phoenix. We also have a high percentage of poverty of homeless families now, which we call extended families, where they're moving in with aunts and uncles. And so you have a multi-family setting that we didn't experience before.
The school district serves about 6,000 students. 100 fewer students are enrolled this year, causing the district to miss out on about $400,000 in public funding. Despite financial challenges, Parra says the community continues to prioritize education.
Everything is for education. Every initiative that we put out there for the voters, they always, in high numbers, they always support it.
He wants the same commitment at the state and federal level.
Public education only becomes important to the legislatures when there's an election. But what's scary is that didn't even become an importance at the federal level at the past election. Education was not even an item.
Parra is proud of his students.
Nogales High School is at 95% graduation rate, which is huge, one of the highest in the state.
But sees a lack of diverse job opportunities for them at home.
Outside of the Nogales Unified School District as an employer, we have Walmart, we have the county, we have the city, we have the produce industry.
Concerns over funding and enrollment aside, Bada sees the district's proximity to the border as a benefit.
Being here at the border, you're able to not only be bilingual, but be biliterate. And our students, once they graduate, have that opportunity.
Along the border, we moved on to the westernmost county in the district.
I'd say Yuma is much more of a farm town than people understand. I think they think of it as a desert town because you hear so much about the heat in the summer.
Via Skype, we learned more about Yuma's growth from Lou Gum, news director of the local NPR station.
There's a big push to see this whole area as an economic region that isn't just about Arizona or southwestern Arizona, but about an international economic region. You're going to see a lot more of that, both out of in higher education and in industry.
Its main economic driver, agriculture, generates more than $3 billion annually, and it has an important role in national defense with the Marine Corps Air Station and the Yuma Proving Ground.
YPG is a sprawling test facility for the Army and really other military as well, and even international military come here to train.
Even with a strong military presence and deep roots in farming, Gum says residents here often feel left out.
That's fed kind of an attitude here that it is a forgotten place, that it is not remembered by legislators, that it's that policies are set that impact Yuma but don't necessarily have Yuma's input.
Gum says that voters could be energized as issues related to the border and water conservation become more prominent and as its young population grows up.
The average age is 31. There are more people under the age of 18 here than any other age group. So look to the future to see how the vote will change.
Now to the candidates hoping to represent that district. For much of the debate, our panel asked how they would help communities in Congressional District 3 on issues related to education and the economy. Here's what they had to say.
I believe that education, at the bottom line, is the short-term, long-term solution to economic development and to the issues that challenge the district. So I will continue to work on those, and we are involved in those issues and many, many more.
Would you provide one example of what you've done on the federal level to improve education in Congressional District 3?
Expanding Head Start for migrant workers, initiatives to create money and opportunities in legislation for preschool and universal preschool that districts could access in the district, and defending and promoting the idea of adult basic education and retraining for adults. Those have all been specific issues that I've worked on and have been successful at.
How will you balance the urban and rural needs in this district?
Well, the needs of the district are similar in that all of the areas in the district require access to jobs. They require access to quality education. So these opportunities that exist in the district are not unique to an urban area as opposed to a rural area. So we need to provide resources in both the urban and rural areas that are going to be beneficial for our youth, provide job opportunities, increase opportunities for them to do better in life and to improve their standard of living and economic and living conditions. This really needs to be done on the reservations. It needs to be done in all the small communities. And this takes cooperation between the business sector, the private sector, government, and educational institutions. So it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of cooperation in order to do this.